So it was a regular Tuesday evening, and I was walking home from work. The streetlights flickered overhead, casting long shadows that seemed to dance alongside me as I made my way down the sidewalk. The air was crisp, and the only sound was the distant hum of traffic in the distance. As I approached my house, nestled deep in the forest, something felt off. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there was a sense of unease that settled in the pit of my stomach. Ignoring it, I fumbled with my keys and finally managed to unlock the front door. But when I stepped inside, I knew immediately that something was wrong. The air was heavy, suffused with a metallic tang that made my skin prickle with apprehension. And then I saw him, lying on the floor of the living room, a pool of blood spreading out from his motionless body. I rushed forward, my heart pounding in my chest, and dropped to my knees beside him. His eyes were open, staring sightlessly up at the ceiling, and his face was twisted in a rictus of pain. I reached out to touch him, to shake him awake, but even as my fingers brushed against his cold skin, I knew it was too late. I stumbled back, bile rising in my throat as I struggled to comprehend what I was seeing. How could this have happened? Who would do something like this? And why here, in my own home, in the middle of the night? I called the police, my hands shaking as I tried to explain what had happened. They arrived quickly, their voices low and urgent as they examined the scene. But even as they worked, I couldn't shake the feeling that this nightmare was far from over. The days that followed were a blur of questions and interviews as the police tried to piece together what had happened. But despite their efforts, the answers remained elusive. There were no witnesses, no clues left behind to point to a motive or a suspect. And as the weeks turned into months, the truth slowly began to dawn on me. We may never know who killed him or why. All I have are the memories of that night and the chilling realization that sometimes the most terrifying things are the ones we can never understand.